What's up, fam? We got a story out of Houston where I'm just gonna say, fellas, be careful, and ladies too. I always gotta say the fellas and the ladies. Be careful who you date and doggone show. Be careful who you shacking up with. Cause you may piss them off and something like this can happen. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bells every time I drop a video. You will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
A firefighter is taken off a stretcher, and several families right now are homeless, all because a woman allegedly set her boyfriend's clothes on fire. We want to thank you all for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Keith Garvin. What investigators say started as a lover's quarrel ended up destroying the South Lake Villa apartments in Sheldon. Harris County Fire Marshals say the woman was arrested on an arson charge. Corley Peel joins us live from the complex where crews just cleared that scene. Corley.
Keith, we saw firefighters leave about 30 minutes ago, but if you look behind me, you can see all that is left is damaged. Tons of homes are destroyed from that fire. And this is also where we witnessed a firefighter falling through the ceiling. We're hoping that he is okay, but investigators say all of this happened because a woman was mad at her boyfriend. Flames raging through the South Lake Villa apartments. Black smoke filling the sky as firefighters fight the flames. Neighbors like Shanteria White were seen moving out the few items they could salvage.
I actually almost had a panic attack, honestly. My kids were shaking, asking like, Mama, the house is gone.
Firefighters rushed to the scene before noon. This woman, seen being escorted away in handcuffs, is accused of starting the fire. Investigators say she was mad at her boyfriend and set fire to his clothes in a barbecue pit on a unit patio.
What you think started that? What you think caused her to do that? I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, it was probably over another female. I'm just gonna bet that. Cause what you see, stories, hear a guy say, man, my girl burned my clothes, man, my lady put bleach on my clothes. Man, why she do that? Man, cause this blah blah, this other female, blah blah blah. Like, oh, okay, we get it. Oh, but they usually don't burn them on the patio. I mean, usually like take them outside in the grass. Usually got enough sense. They usually have enough sense to, get out in the open. But I know a lot of times apartments don't even allow you to have. Well, no, years ago they used to let you have barbecue pits on your patio, but you couldn't light it on the patio. You had to take it downstairs or take it away from the building because it could be a fire hazard. Remember, I barbecued on my patio one time, but it was like a smoker, really. But anyway, that I look back now, I was like that was stupid because some embers would have got out and caught that damn apartment on fire. Shoot, I ain't had no fire extinguisher. But anyway, I think it started over a woman.
I honestly don't understand how, a person can do that. It's people around you, it's kids around you. It's nothing worth, losing your life over, going to jail over. It's just not worth it.
Fire investigators say the woman put the fire out, but it reignited and spread throughout the attic, damaging an entire building, leaving dozens of neighbors, including White, without a home.
I work so hard for my stuff.
Don't you hate that right there? Look at that. See that? Them blinds. God, I hate apartment blinds. I know these apartments look like they're pretty old, so which is probably why it went up in flames so quick. Probably don't have no fire extinguishers, not fires. No, what you call them? Sprinklers. Probably don't have sprinklers in the building, which is why, like I say, it spread it so. But it was in the attic though, so that's probably what happened. Because if it's above the sprinklers, then it's not going to sprinklers not going to catch it because the fire is not below, right? So that's probably why. Yeah, I guess that's why they say don't burn nothing on the patio, right? But anyway, I hate these, man. Like I said, these old apartment blinds, man, them things break as soon as you put your finger on there. They always crack, and nobody ever repairs them. Or no, I wonder why is that. Anyway,
to know that everything's just gone in the blink of an eye, it's kind of it's devastating. It's terrible when you didn't do it and it happened from somebody else.
Neighbors were not hurt. Several hours later, firefighters returned when the fire rekindled. Our camera capturing the moment a firefighter fell through the second floor and was rushed away in an ambulance. Where will you and your family go?
I don't have a lot of family, so I got to figure it out. I have friends. They telling us it's gonna take months, for us to get our stuff back. So now that leave us having to figure out where we're gonna lay our head at. Our kids lay their head at. Kids got to go back to school, Wednesday. So it's just a lot.
Neighbors tell me that Red Cross is assisting. I did have a chance to speak to the firefighters out here tonight. They told me they did have an issue trying to get into this apartment complex when they first responded to the fire. They said it took them about 10 minutes to get through the gate because the emergency button was not working. So we have reached out to apartment management about that. They were not here when we arrived, but we will be working to get in contact with them. Investigators have not released the name of the woman who was arrested on that arson charge, but this is an ongoing investigation. We, of course, will keep you updated. Reporting live from Sheldon, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
Hoping. Hey,
You know what, real quick, you notice this single mom with kids living in an apartment. And in the one apartment where a dude and his girl are living together, they shacking, they boyfriend and girlfriend. And then your girlfriend end up trying to burn your clothes up and end up burning your house down. Interesting. 2026, everybody. Here's what we need to happen. We need to put an end of shacking. And we need to put an end of carrying before you marry. We got to stop it. 2026 is the year we're going to stop that. Like I say, Gen X and anybody past, well, I'm going to say Gen X. I know we did our share of wrong in those categories. Gen Y, Gen Z come behind us. But now it's 2026, these younger ones. A lot of these young ones, especially dudes anyway, they say ain't having no kids and stuff like that, which is good. So which means that's just a precursor of saying nobody get together, nobody, let's say, shack up, because I don't believe in that. Well, you got to know a person before you live with, before you get married. You just move in together, see how y'all. You need to do it. You don't need to do all that, because when you do stuff like that, stuff like this happens. Nah, that's not a good idea. Nah, you just need to stay in your own places. No, nobody gets a key. Y'all see each other whenever. You hang out, you kick it, you talk on the phone. You do that for about a good 6 months to a year. Cause that's give you plenty of time to see how a person really reacts. Cause something's gonna pop up within a year to where you're gonna see what you're gonna see the reaction, and then you're gonna know how you feel about it. It doesn't have to be anything major. Because a year is a good time for people to slow down the text messages, slow down calling in the middle of the night just to hear your voice. Slow down. I'm gonna come see you, bring your lunch because you're doing a graveyard shift when I should be asleep. You're gonna slow all. A year is a good time to watch all, see if that continues, or to see if it slows down and if there's any good reason why it slows down. Then you can see if you're ready to go ahead and get serious with that person. Other than that, nah, because now you got two people. Who knows who the apartment, whose name the apartment's in? I tell you, that woman ain't gonna get another no apartment no time soon. If she get out of prison, because ain't nobody gonna allow her to rent an apartment. So now she's gonna have to have a boyfriend, but then he might can't get an apartment. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard once when something like that happens. But anywho, crazy story. Like I said, let's start doing things the right way. That's the only way we're going to get better as a community anyway. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I leave in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.